Hello everyone, this is Sorry and Target welcoming you to a quick little video where I'm going to be bringing you guys the top 10 things that smart Carnivores players do to get all the points, bag the biggest dinosaurs, and overall succeed in the game. Now, and I hate that I have to clarify this, please don't take the title of this video too seriously. If you watch this video and it turns out that you don't do any of the things I mention in it, don't run down to the comment section crying, "Sorry, and are you calling me stupid because I don't do what you think smart players do?" That's not at all what I'm saying here. Not everybody does these, and not doing them doesn't make you a bad player or a dumb person. Think of this more as some helpful, friendly tips and tricks from a 20-year veteran hunter just wanting to pass on some of his wisdom and advice to upcoming dino hunt clientele to make them the best dinosaur hunters they can be. Now, as far as games go, this is going to apply to the 3 original PC games, Carnivores 1, 2, and Ice Age, and all of the PC mods that follow, like Carnivores Triassic, Carnivores Plus, Far North, Mandibles, Fallen Kings, all those. None of this applies to Carnivores Cityscape. I guess parts of it might apply to the mobile ports or reboots depending on what fits, but this is mostly just applying to the original PC games and mods. And these aren't in any specific order of like worst to best or least important to most important. It's more like a generalized order of how most people progress through the game. And be sure to let me know down in the comments section what's a hunting tactic you use that helps you bag that prized dinosaur or gets you out of a potentially deadly situation. I'd love to hear from you guys on how to hunt alien dinosaurs. So without further ado, let's begin. So topping off our list at number 10, before you even think of beginning a hunt, customize your game in the options menu. Most people boot up their game, sign in with their clever username, and fly right into the main menu and start hunting as soon as possible. Like, hold on kid, did you even stop and look? Go into the options menu first. You can completely customize the game to your liking, rebind the keyboard, adjust the graphics and textures, control how far you see or how many dinosaurs spawn in. Do all of that first, so your first hunting experience isn't one big pile of If you want a more in-depth guide on what all these options mean and how to properly download, install, and set up your Carnivores game, I've got a couple of videos I'll leave here for you. But make sure you set up the game properly first. It'll make it a much more enjoyable experience, let me tell ya. Coming in at number 9, especially for new players or in brand new mods, use Observer Mode. Observer Mode is probably the most overlooked aspect of the Carnivores games, which is a shame, because it's not just there as a cheap sightseeing alternative to the actual dinosaur hunting, it's there to help you get familiar with the environment and the animals. Do you want to find the best sniping position? Do you want to find the best escape route? Do you want to learn the animal's behavior and sounds so you can listen for them and recognize them in a hunt? Do you not want to be that guy that mistook a velociraptor for a gallimimus? Then hop into Observer Mode and you can study the terrain and the wildlife without worrying about being killed. Unless you're in Carnivores Ice Age.
Good luck, kids.
When you first unlock a new dinosaur, you're not gonna have the points to hunt it down with anything effective anyway, so study it in Observer Mode so that when you do get the chance to square off against it with your weapon of choice, you'll be able to listen for it, take advantage of its behavior, and plan ahead to come home in one piece. Moving down to number 8, and again, this one is critical for quickly and efficiently progressing through the early game slog. Turn on tranquilizers. During most early tier hunts, when you're having to buy an island passport, a dinosaur license, and a weapon plus ammo and upkeep, it can feel like you're not making near enough what you're spending. I mean, a Parasaurolophus license costs 20 points, and you earn a whopping 5 points for bringing one down. However, if you turn on tranquilizers, you'll actually receive a 25% boost to your score, and you can chain that with a multiplier effect if you tranquilize multiple licensed dinosaurs in a single hunt. I personally keep tranquilizers on all the time unless I'm going on my trophy hunts, where I take my time to scout out and hunt down the largest animal I can find on the reserve. Filling out your trophy room is great, but filling it with the late tier, more expensive dinosaurs is much more impressive. So turn those tranquilizers on. Plus, you know, it's the humane thing to do. Coming in at number 7, this one probably applies more to players with a bit of experience under their belt. That is, turn off the equipment. Camouflage, radar, cover scent, get rid of it. Leave double ammo on though, that one is baller. These 3 perks siphon your points per kill to a ridiculous degree. Radar by itself takes 30% of your earnings. And if you have all 3 activated at the same time, you're losing about 65% of your potential earnings. I mean, you are in for a slog as far as progression goes. Now, new players who are still getting used to the terrain and the wildlife will probably want to keep these on as they get adjusted to dinosaur hunting. But I'm sure a ridiculous amount of you more experienced hunters still keep radar on like a crutch. But if you turn off all the equipment in conjunction with turning on tranquilizers, you'll actually earn 25% more than what you normally would. And that way you can unlock that cool new dinosaur and hunt it with that shiny new weapon much faster. Moving down to number 6, this is the one that either confuses the heck out of people or they just forget about it. You gotta pay attention to and use the wind. The Carnivores HUD has 2 primary indicators you can toggle on and off with the caps lock key. A compass in the bottom right corner and a wind indicator in the bottom left corner. The way the wind indicator works is that the pointy end of the needle points in the direction that the wind is blowing. So if the needle is pointing up, that means the wind is blowing from behind you. You are upwind. And anything in the direction you are facing is going to be able to smell you because the wind is blowing from you to them. And most dinosaurs aren't going to stick around once they catch a whiff of whatever you're wearing. Except for a T-Rex, in which case,
Good luck, kids.
So that means if the needle is pointing down, the wind is blowing from in front of you. And anything in the direction you are facing cannot smell you because the wind is blowing from them to you. So make sure you are always downwind of your prey or else they're going to keep running away. And if a nearby dinosaur is close enough to hunt but the wind isn't in a good position, work around it. Get into a good position. Don't escape restart, use that human brain of yours and strategize to tip the odds in your favor. Breaking into the top 5 at number 5 is one that I know a lot of people love to go overboard with, but you need to use the dinosaur calls sparingly. I know everyone loves to spam the dinosaur calls because they sound cool and it brings the dinosaurs to you, but doing so actually alerts the dinosaurs to your exact location. They may not know it's you, but they know where you are and are looking for you, and if the wind is bad or if you're moving around, they're gonna zero in on your location and either bolt or break out the dinnerware. The best way to utilize the dinosaur calls, in my opinion, is at the very start of a hunt so you can listen for a reply to figure out the direction of your target. Then from there, depending on the wind and your stealth, you can actually sneak right up on a dinosaur without them knowing you're there. Then use the call to turn them in your direction, so you have a good clean shot at their mortal zone for an easy takedown. Moving down to number 4, and this one is kind of a bleed over from the last entry, but stay quiet and listen for sounds. The Carnivores engine utilizes a 3D sound mechanic that allows you to hear where everything is on the map in 3D. So if you hear some scratching and chewing to your left, turn to the left and you'll find a Moschops. Listening is critical, especially if you've turned off radar and have to use your senses to find the dinosaurs. If you studied your prey in observer mode, you know what they sound like, so you can know that distinctive chewing you hear over that hill is actually your target herbivore and not just one of the ambient animals. It can also save your life when you hear that distinctive of a random spawn medium-sized carnivore sneaking up behind you, because you know it sounds different than the sounds you already recognize. Succeeding in Carnivores is all about stealth and tactics. Running in guns a-blazing won't progress you any quicker, so take a moment and soak in the ambience. It may just save your life. Cracking open the number 3 spot, and this one is kind of a culmination of all our spots so far, Use the environment to your advantage. Find a tall ridge to snipe from, sprint between trees and hills for cover, trap animals in swamps or on peninsulas or islands, put a mountain ridge or a ravine between you and that charging carnivore, hide behind rocks or stumps if a dinosaur is heading your way. Just make good use of the environment. If you use observer mode, then you know the lay of the land. You know the best places to go and hide or scout or trap. You know what your prey sounds like and how it behaves, and you're listening for them just over that next hill. Now watch the wind, use your head, and go get them. Taking the penultimate spot at number 2, if something sees you, don't move. In fact, when possible, keep movement to a minimum. Most new or inexperienced players like to run around all the time because it gets them places faster. Don't do that. When you're running, you are standing straight up with your boots clomping around as loudly as possible at a speed that's not fast enough to outrun anything, but just fast enough to catch everything's attention. You are basically an out-of-place mobile warning sign that's screaming, "I am a threat." You will be seen, you will be heard, and if the wind is bad, you will be smelled long before you ever see a dinosaur. Even when crouched, if you've overused the calls and have a dinosaur coming right at you, lots of new hunters try to sneak towards it. They think they're invisible because they're crouched. Don't do that either. If a dinosaur is literally facing directly towards you, it will see you trying to sneak up on it. So stay still and let the dinosaurs come to you. Now before we unveil the number 1 spot, I want to throw out a quick bonus tip that smart hunters use, and that is to follow blood trails. Usually whenever players wound but don't kill a dinosaur and it gets away, their first instinct is to sprint after it, like they're gonna catch it or something.
Good luck.
An injured dinosaur is gonna run for a long time, and you sprinting after it is just gonna keep it on edge longer. So go to where you hit it and follow the blood trail. That way you'll know exactly where it's going, you'll be pacing yourself so you can listen for it when it calms down, and you won't come sprinting over some hill at full speed to scare it off again. And if you're really smart, you'll have optimized your game beforehand and turned off software mode, so you can actually see the blood trails. And the number 1 tactic that smart dinosaur hunters use is waiting to hunt more advanced dinosaurs. I know, as soon as we unlock a new and exciting dinosaur on the hunting roster, our first instinct is to rush in with the starting weapon on the starting island and take it on first thing. And while it might be fun to just see it in action and get killed by it, you are not going to progress doing that. You're going to get eaten, and that's going to get frustrating after a while. So as soon as you've unlocked that cool new carnivore you've been waiting to hunt, keep doing just that. Wait. Go study it in observer mode, get familiar with it. You'll still get to see it in action, then go keep those tranquilizers on and take down a few more mid-tier herbivores with your weapon of choice. Then, once you can afford to hunt that carnivore on a map you're familiar with the weapon you're comfortable using, go after it and bring it down. You'll reach that point faster if you put forth the effort beforehand. Alright, so there you go guys, those are the top 10 or 11 things that smart or experienced carnivores players do. Again, I'm not calling anyone dumb if you don't do these things. I'm guilty of not doing pretty much everything on this list at some point in my life, but maybe these will help you become a better dinosaur hunter in the future. So let me know guys, down in the comments section, which of these do you find the most or the least helpful? Which ones do you find success or failure with, or which one do you do or not do the most? I'd love to know how you guys hunt dinosaurs. Maybe I'll learn a thing or two, so be sure to let me know down in the comment section. And thanks as always for watching guys. Thanks for all the likes and the comments and support on this channel. We just hit 7,000 subscribers, which is crazy. You guys are all the best, and I will see you guys next time. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate it, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you do enjoy the Carnivores games and Carnivores content on YouTube and want to help support this channel, you can do so at patreon.com/SaurianTarget. There's a link down below in the description of this video. As many of you guys know, this YouTube channel is not my job and it takes a lot of my time to work on videos. But I love doing it for you guys, and every little bit donated helps me dedicate more time to making you guys the best Carnivores content on YouTube. Thank you all for everything you do. I love you all, you are all the best. And I will see you guys next time.